This month's Banners collaboration is about, do you plan your trips or do you just go? So there's going to be a link below to the playlist, and you'll find one at the card at the end of the video. So make sure you go and watch their videos. I'm sure you'll find them entertaining as well. Now, we recently had a 3-month, let's say, an experiment where we went to Europe for 3 months and we virtually planned none of it. So the only bit we planned is we had to meet friends in Benidorm, and that was a pre-arranged time. So we booked that bit, but the rest of it we just freewheeled. Now I'm going to break this into 4 different sections. Certainty versus flexibility, organisation versus adventure, time efficiency versus with the relaxed travel plans, and cost control versus last minute planning. Now, if you plan something, you know where you're going, and clearly that's going to be less stressful, and there's no worry about the campsites being full. But the downsides are...
Downside is you lose flexibility, and you might have to live somewhere you love, and if you want to stay longer, because you're locked into bookings.
Yeah. So if there's a site you think, oh, I really like this site, I wish I could stay another couple of days, but you've got another site pre-booked, you can't really do that. So if you haven't got a plan, or there's no plan, then there's clearly that freedom to stay as long as you like. You can leave the place you don't enjoy, you can change the direction any time. But again, the downside...
And also, if you don't plan, there's less stress and you're not anxious that, oh right, we have to be ready for the next day. We have to be there early and all that. So,
but the downside, clearly, it's harder to find places sometimes. We had that in Spain. We'd go to a site, no space, go to another site. But there you go. Anyhow, and busy areas and peak seasons can be really tricky. We're planning one now further north. I won't tell you where it is at the moment. And again, even there, we're trying to avoid bank holidays, weekends, whatever. That way we know we can probably turn up and just find a site.
And the other one downside is like if there's like festivals or rally on the site, you'll have to check it before booking.
So now, organisation versus adventure. If you plan it and you make a very organised trip, you can have some efficient routes, you can manage your budget a bit better, and there's less chance of missing attractions. Anyhow, the downside is...
it can feel like a schedule. You have to... it's like a military. Right, we need to leave this time and we have to be there that time. So you're not relaxed.
Yeah, it's less of an adventure, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't have... I don't know, it's just...
Yeah. So now, if you don't have a plan, it's more spontaneous. You can discover unexpected places. And again, we did that recently in Spain. We found a place, we found this amazing Roman amphitheatre, which we would not have known about. And of course, we found that some of the best stops we've had so far were unplanned.
Yeah.
But again, the downside of not having a plan
is like more last minute decisions. Just like, again, like the last 3 months trip, is when the weather changed, we cancelled all the planning we had in the beginning and went straight home because the weather was not very nice.
Yeah. So that more last minute decisions, and occasionally stressful deciding what to do next. So that's the problems with no plan. But there again, as Antonio said, on our last trip there, we didn't plan it so much. We just said, right, this is the rough route, and these are the cities that we'd like to see. That was it, really. And then we just worked it along that.
The next one is time efficiency versus relaxed travel. Now, if you plan your trip, you break for short holidays, you maximize your time, and you avoid unnecessary driving, and it's easier to see everything you want.
But again, the downside, as we've discovered, you can feel rushed on longer trips. You think, oh no, we've got to go now. We've got to check out. We've got to get on to the next one, and you're always sort of moving to meet the next booking, and that can be unpleasant. I don't like that as much.
No, I don't like that as well.
But if you've got no plan, you can go at a slower pace. You can take your time. You can stay longer, You can stay, the places you enjoy, stay longer, make the most of it.
The downside is that time spent looking for places and sometimes extra driving.
Yeah. So again in Spain, when we were down in Roquetes de Mar, the first site was full,
Yeah.
the next site wasn't, and there was a lot of driving, so it probably added an extra hour. But, you know, I still prefer that option.
A bit frustrating sometimes, isn't it? Especially when you're tired, you're hoping to get into the site and then they say, oh, no vacancy, you have to move on to the next one you can find.
And this last section is cost control versus last minute cost planning.
And if you're planning, you compare tickets like Irish ferries versus P&O ferries. And if you plan, you can book cheapest campsites and select your pitch.
Yeah.
And you can organize ferries and attraction in advance.
Because the downside is let's say you book a ferry and it's, I don't know, at 3 o'clock on such and such a day, and you're now under pressure again. You've got to make that particular time schedule. So that's the downside. But if you haven't got a plan, you've got the complete freedom to change direction, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, that's true. The downside is the last minute places can be more expensive as well, because sometimes they only have a bigger pitch left. And then there's you get limited choices for the sites.
Yeah. So again, even if you've got to drive further because the last site was full, again, it's extra cost on fuel and things. And of course, with all this fuel prices going up, that could be a big consideration in the future. So are you planning to go somewhere? Do you do a very detailed list? Do you work it out to the last dot? Do you know exactly where you're going, how long you're going for, how much it's going to cost you? Or do you just play it by ear? And what's worked best for you? For us, I think
for us it's just go.
yeah. I mean, I can't say there's no planning at all, because we know roughly where you want to go. You might want to go to Seville or Madrid or whatever, or we might want to go to York City, whatever. So we know roughly where we want to go. And it's also different between the UK and Europe. Where Europe, things are much more relaxed and you can take your time.
Yes.
So,
but in UK, you have to make sure most of the sites, they require you to book in advance, and you can't turn up before the allowed time, even it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we found that, yeah. So Europe's much more relaxing. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, don't forget to check the other videos. Be very interested to see how many of our fellow compatriots plan and don't plan. I know there's a bit of both amongst them. So hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
So thanks so much for watching. We really do appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss out on our future escapades. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. So why not drop a comment below.